Welcome to another episode of Guest List. Here we have a guest just came from St. John.
No, I'm originally from Halifax,
Oh,
but I live in Fredericton area.
Fredericton. Okay,
Yes.
Fredericton. Okay, that's a, so. Okay, can you give us a little bit introduction about yourself?
What's up? My name is Matt Trouble. Those of you who know me know me. Those of you who don't, you should.
Um, so you said you are from Fredericton, right?
Well, I live in that area, but I grew up and I'm from the Halifax area.
Okay, how long you been into music, DJing?
Oh, well, I'm in my second half of a century here, I guess,
Oh.
you know. So pretty much since I was out of the womb, been into music, but predominantly a lot of hip hop and rap and like punk music growing up too, since I was like a very young kid.
Okay, can you give us a little bit of background where this inspiration came, and also talk a little bit about the mask?
Yeah, to be honest, the mask just was a rebranding thing that happened a couple years ago uh, because I just had this idea in my head that, like, though masks hide people,
Yeah.
I do the opposite. When I put this mask on, because there's actually 4 or 5 different
Yeah.
Matt Troubles, depending on if you've seen some of the work that I do online. Each one is a different character, and it allows me to just be the truest self of myself with
Okay.
also wearing a mask at the same time, I guess. If that makes sense?
Yeah, I can see that happening. So, in what kind of genres do you focus more whenever you DJ?
So, I'm pretty much well known as a drum and bass DJ and
Okay.
producer at this point. But over the years, I've allowed myself to not pigeonhole. You know, now when I sit down to produce a track, I'm not looking to produce a specific genre. I'm looking down to produce music because I love music.
Yeah.
Music is what moves me, and sometimes, you know, it'll come out. Oh, I've made this sound. Okay, well, this sounds great in this style of music, but I can't get behind the genre like solidifying anymore. I love all things, all sounds, all noises, you know. So, but yes, those who know the old days of Matthias Trouble and the No Affiliation, which is a group that I was blessed to be
Yeah.
started in fucking almost 2-3 decades now ago, drum and bass.
Drum and bass.
Yes.
No, that's amazing. So that's your inspiration. That's your background, or like where do you get everything?
Oh, my background is. I always say you can give me a genre of music, and I will give you 10 songs that I love.
That's
And that's everything from country to jazz to classical to punk to rock to metal to electronica. I mean, I have a Prodigy ant on one side tattooed, and I have a Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang,
tattoo
yeah,
on the
I
other
saw
side.
that.
Those are 2 groups that, you know, growing up as a music lover, they've formed me into who I am. If I could get every group or musician or artist tattooed on me, maybe, you know, that would be a little bit easier. But those 2 are just so very different side of the spectrum
Yeah.
that it just shows you who I am, I guess, when it's in terms of music.
Oh, that's amazing, man. What has been one of your favorite parts of like playing music here in the East Coast?
Ooh, playing music here in the East Coast. Favorite parts? Just getting to connect with people that actually care about it properly, and not just doing it because it's something that they think they need to do or have to do
Yeah.
to get along.
Oh, have you played at Electric Pines or any other
I
festivals
have
here
actually.
before?
Shout out to Tom. Tom and I
Shout
go
out to
way
Tommy,
back,
yeah.
and Jen. Oh, actually, and Jennifer. We can't forget Jen because she is also the fighting force behind that festival. Tom and I go way back. We don't need to go there, but I do love both of those
Yeah.
human beings. They're fantastic. Shame what happened this year, but I think that's
know.
only going to make next year better.
Yeah, I was really excited for this year. I was really excited just to go see, and most about like just seeing all my DJ friends and everyone in the scene. You know, it's one of the few times where like everyone in the East Coast connects, and Ontario too. So it's just, I don't know, it's fun to see all the family sometimes.
It is. It is. For myself, to be honest, like I had walked away from just the East Coast scene more on a personal level of wasn't feeling it and what it was about.
Yeah.
So I took some time away from it. Coming back, it's good, but at the same time, there are still the same problems that I saw years and years ago before. So I started to stay away from that and just focus on my own lane. And if I'm not, you know, if you don't want to be in my lane, then switch lanes, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And when you say problems, you mean kind of like cliques or kind of.
So you took the words out of my mouth. The clickiness, the fake support, you know, like, oh, I support everyone, but then you don't see those supporters. Where
Yeah.
are you? Or the pretend, like, oh, great set. Hey, shit. That was, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
things to my face. Don't be fake. Don't be phony.
Yeah.
Don't, you know, that's not going to get anywhere. If you don't like something, be honest. Yes, a lot of people don't know how to take criticism, but at least they can walk away and, you know.
With the truth, you know, you can say
Exactly.
the truth.
I'd rather
and
the
then-
fucking truth, man. Like, if you don't like me, fine. But if you hear a song I made and you do, you can't help that.
Yeah.
You know? So I just. Now that's been something that I always try and vocalize. Just don't be fake. Just
Yeah.
be real, at least, you know? And if you can't do that, then again, don't come near me. Or go somewhere
No.
else. Because I won't stand by that. I need to not need to call it out, but I won't, you know, pretend around the fact that I can't tell you how I feel.
Yeah. No, and that's true. Like, I even noticed that coming from outside, starting here from zero, you know,
Yes.
it was hard to get into the scene. Kind of like, okay, everyone has their own clique, everyone has their own thing. You send messages, no respond, or say no, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, like, that's why I started this project. I
Yeah.
just started doing things by myself. And then people started getting along, got my friends into it. And
That's
that's
good. You're doing
and
a good
it's
thing
just
here, to
been
be
growing.
honest.
And yeah, and then I just started producing. Like a year ago, I started learning, and then finally I started like putting stuff out, and I turned my project to a record label now. So
Yeah,
it's just,
yeah, no, I know.
you
I've
know?
been listening to you. I've been following you. We were actually just talking about
Thanks.
you because we were playing that show tonight with Jen and
Yeah.
Derek, who are Waves of Frequency, and they were both just saying that you are keeping this island alive, essentially.
Everyone is doing
That's
that.
what I
Like
said.
Jan,
I said they're both doing it, but
Derek, and,
you know?
there's a bunch of guys that do that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
it's not just few people; it's a lot. And the people that also come and support, because it's hard for a small town. It's, you know.
well, and that
it's-
goes back to what we were just talking about the clickiness and stuff. It's like if you have all these different pieces that are all doing different things, but everybody starts to work together a little
Yeah.
bit, then you know maybe we can clean up the nonsense and the
Yeah.
mess and like allow for a unity or unified clique instead of
Yeah.
cliques. A unified community, which we all say that we want and love. Well, you need to do the work. Hard work is hard, but you need to do it, right?
Yeah. But at the same time, I get that. You also need some healthy competition to stay
Yes.
always on top of the
100%.
line. You know, it's always to be like, we have a good group of friends, but it's always kind of like competing, but in a good
Yes.
way. Because like
And
whenever we support each other, we meant it. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like, okay, like we go to our events, to their events, share their stuff. You know, it's at the end of the day, we're friends and we're doing the same thing. So
One of my favorite ways to actually perform is with other people, but in such a battle style
Yeah.
where it's like, I'm going to pick your next track. Or you
Yeah.
pick my next track. Oh, well, I don't know your music. So, do you know how to DJ? It's all the same. You know what I mean? Just having that riff back and forth. And it's the same thing with like events and throwing shows and just being in the community. Healthy competition is good for everything. You just don't let it get away from you and don't take it to heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's one thing, there's a business and there's friendships. And sometimes they can mesh and ruin life, which, I mean, come on. It's business. Business is hard.
yeah, business is hard, but I mean, you learn in the process,
You
right?
do,
When,
you do.
like not to mix friendship and business. Whenever like it stops getting, I don't know, weird, it's just you need to know when to get out.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely one. Like, I don't have the best track record from back in the day when I used to be a lot like younger. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to keep the two separate. And I just,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of random nonsense and just, but it's turned something that I've learned over the years to be able to give other people advice for like, hey, man, you maybe don't do that. I've been
Yeah.
down that path. Don't go down that road, you know what I mean? Or don't, you know, if that makes sense again.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So, coming out from this, whenever you took a little break from the scene, what were you, like? Were you still doing music and producing, or you just were okay? I need a break from actual DJing. So
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing anything, to be honest. Yeah. That's I took a different route with my personal life essentially, and just stepped away from everything.
Yeah.
I guess, which was not the best because it.
But sometimes you need that break to kind of like start fresh and
Yeah,
you
in the
know?
long run, it ended up in like a marriage and a divorce and all kinds of weird
Yeah.
stuff where like music wasn't really appreciated in the relationship that I was in. So that
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, it did create a driving force that after all that was over, I haven't stopped since then. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It
Yeah.
really solidified the fact that music is my truest form of love and it's where my heart is always going to be.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. So, whenever, when have what has been your favorite gig or show or festival that you ever played?
Favorite, to be honest, the first years of Evolve.
Okay.
The very first years. If I think back
Halifax, right?
so that was in Antigonish.
Oh.
And so that would be Joe, who does Relics now.
Okay.
And his team. back in the very early days, I do miss some of those old gigs just because Joe is bringing it back now, and the Relics community is bringing it back again. But the warmth and the feeling you got, that like even before you were playing, you know what I mean? Everyone was there to greet you. I remember one time, I think Joe had brought like a flat of beer for the No Affiliation when we showed up and played a gig one time. Even before, you know what I mean? It just had a different feeling and a different energy where you weren't always scrambling and looking around for what's going on, or like it was, I don't know, it felt more at home and more like heart. Ugh, I can't even think of the word now. I'm getting a little emotional. You can see I'm crying under this mask. No. But yeah, that would definitely be one of my favorites. And then another would be a random gig that I played a couple years ago in Europe in a small town in Poland that I was staying at. This younger dude that I had met, I just went up to him to talk to him because I noticed he was had similar equipment that I had back home. And we became friends. And then he messaged me out of the blue and asked me if I wanted to help him open this restaurant and come DJ with him for a little bit. I was only originally supposed to play with him for just the first little bit, and then him and I ended up playing and tag teaming for 5 hours, and we were there till the late morning, and the cops from the town had showed up 3 times to try and shut it down, but there were so many locals there that they couldn't. And then the next day, he had sent me a link of the town just Facebook messages and comments about how insane that was. They've never seen energy like that before, and they were sad that I didn't live there, essentially. So that to me was kind of neat, because really all I did was just play the same stuff and just again be my truest self and
you connected
have
well
fun
with
with music. It's hard to do that sometimes with these shows because everything just seems like it's always going to be the same now. Does that make
What do you mean?
Well, in terms of the sound, so we had a conversation on the drive up here with me and Dustin Funkman talking about how the scene is slowing down and the sound is slowing down and the energy might be slowing down a little bit in terms of, I don't want to bash any sort of genres, but the mid-tempo, the dubstep, the slower house, the chunkier sort of wonky kind of stuff, where we're missing the, drum step and drum and bass and all that stuff is there, but where's your break beats? Where's the, I don't know. I guess I'm getting away from myself with that question.
No,
Maybe
but I think that has something to do with the area that we are on.
Yes.
Because coming from Mexico, I'm from Playa del Carmen. That's a town between Tulum and Cancun. So I used to go to Tulum to party all the time. And
how do you like it there?
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's.
I almost went to the drum and bass festival they have there. I almost went last year, and a friend of mine, she ended up going, and she said she didn't enjoy it that much. So I don't know. I just like to ask people that have been there.
What's the name of the festival?
I forget. So it was all old drum and bass DJs actually. So I'd have to look up the name list now, but it was just was it?
Sun and Bass?
No, it wasn't that one. We'll scrap that one.
Yeah. No, because over there, the sound that I started going out whenever I was 15. And then it's always the same kind of music, but it's always minimal house, kind of like in the 120s to 130s. Never I don't know, maybe it's because you're in the jungle. It's kind of like beach pipes all day. So you want to have something more groovy.
Yes. Okay.
And less kind of fast pace. I don't know.
They were playing, and it is mostly jungle DJs that play there for this festival too. And I'll have to look it up after I'm done here, but it's eluded me.
Yeah, but coming from there and then moving to Canada and realizing that everyone here listens to breakbeats or dubstep or drum and bass, for me was I don't really kind of I match with this energy because I'm used to I match with the energy from back home, right?
I get that.
So coming here I realized a lot of people play these sounds, right? So and you saying that it's slowing down, it's making me think, okay, maybe kind of it's evolving the scene in a way.
Another thing I guess is, and now that you say that everyone's playing that style, is. Again, when I was talking about I don't like the pigeonhole genres and I like to play and produce everything, well, now people that are known for a specific thing are just piggybacking onto another genre so that they can get this gig or that gig or pick that. I don't appreciate that. That's to me, that's another thing where I talked about the lanes. I get it. You want to have more support from other people, but you're taking stuff away from somebody else who's already established. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like, if you know somebody now, but well, now I'm playing drum and bass, and I know so and so, so they're gonna hook me up. Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of that sucks for everybody else that's been working their ass off to get where
Exactly.
they are. You know what I mean? Like, you're already in this place. Stay there for a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna speak by myself. Like whenever I play a lot of subgenres of the same genre. For
Yeah.
example, like a house, and from house I go to minimal to
Yeah.
tribal, and then I can add a little bit of techno, kind of like blending more, creating a sound like a, how can I say it, just a journey through the night.
And
No?
that's what music should be. You know, like tonight when I'm playing, I don't want to give the secrets away, but I mean this will come out after. I don't plan on just playing drum and bass. I actually went through my like entire library of music
Yeah.
that I've had for the last 15 years, where I have some break beats, some house, some electro, some rock, some
Yeah.
rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the journey, exactly like you said, an adventure, especially because the last time I was in PEI was playing for the ECMAs when I was nominated for an award in like 2012, and that was
That was the last time you
yeah, I
came
think
to
it was 2012 or maybe even earlier. I couldn't remember the exact date, but whenever the ECMAs were here, we played at the Globe. That was the last time I remember playing here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been to Babas?
I have, yes, but not since they've been doing these nights.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so this will be new.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, yeah, I
It
can't
gets
wait.
it gets really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
In down there.
Yeah, no, that's a whole story. Actually, Jen, who is bringing me here, she doesn't remember, but I had basically I basically got myself kicked out of my own hotel and wasn't able to get a hotel anywhere on the island. So I ended up having to stay with her for a couple days. And it's funny that she didn't remember the situation. But that's, we're getting old and so much stuff is happening to us now. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And so wow, it's been a long time since you came here for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first time. It's gonna be fun for you guys. I'm excited for you. I wish I didn't have to go to Moncton, but I mean,
We'll be back.
We'll-
though, to
we'll
be
catch
honest.
up
We will.
another time, you
I'm
know?
excited
Yeah.
for you. Tidenboar is a great venue.
Yeah.
I haven't been down in the basement. I'd only been there up top. But
Yeah.
is that where you're playing downstairs?
no, I think we're playing on top
Okay.
because
Because they have a whole other club now underneath, do they not?
yeah,
Okay.
it was like they always said, oh yeah, like downstairs is bigger, it's bigger, but I didn't imagine how big it was
Yeah.
until like I think DJ Big S or someone posted a video that he played there for Halloween, and it's huge. Like you need like I think 300 people at least to
Right.
book that place.
Yeah.
Call it Cabo.
Yeah,
Well, okay. Yeah.
and like
Because
there's like a
Cabo
second
Cave
floor.
is what I kind of perceive. I've been down there a couple times and
It's
Anybody
big,
who
eh?
doesn't know, we have the hecklers in the back. We have Dustin Funkman and the beautiful and talented Isabel de Ferrari, a.k.a. Weird Ferrari.
Yeah. Hi. But what were we saying? Oh yes, yeah. I mean, well, Moncton is gonna be fun too,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. Those days, like always, again, I haven't really played Moncton recently, but I remember back in the days, like the O2, the Paramount, just hanging out with like Sinel and Phonetic and just that whole crew, Marco, what a beautiful time that was. What a just fantastic time for all DJs that were involved
Yeah.
in it, Yeah, it was a big part of my life. That and just when you think back, oh my God, that was like 20 years ago, really. Damn.
And since when did you start playing with your mask?
Like I said, okay, so the mask, right? That's how this whole thing started. So I have a very personal thing with Halloween. So my dad passed away when I was a kid, the day
Okay.
before Halloween, October 30th, and just the Day of the Dead has always resonated with me.
I was
after
gonna
that.
tell you, it looks kind of like the Day of the
Yeah.
Dead.
So this is one. I have four. This
Okay.
is there's Weekend Trouble,
Yeah.
which is this guy. Then there's No Heart or Bloody Trouble, which is this mask, but there's red accents in it.
Mhm.
Then I have a half mask, but we call him Loudmouth because there's no bottom jaw. That
Okay.
allows me to MC and like basically, just old school jibba
Yeah.
rap over my own drum and bass, or sometimes, you can hear me a bit more clearly outside. Because obviously with this on, when I'm trying to use a mic out on the real world, you don't hear as much. And then we have Corporate Trouble, which is a full face mask that he doesn't talk, essentially. That's for more of the gigs where I just want to be left alone and show you some magic and not have to worry about all the other things going on. So yeah, those are the guys. and each one is different in their own similar way. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it looks kind of like Day of the Dead. Have you
Yeah.
ever watched or have you ever got into the culture like just to understand a little bit more
I
about
have
it?
a little bit, yes. I just know that they just. I actually watched.
Have you ever watched Coco?
No. Okay, I'm gonna write this down.
It's a Disney movie, but
Yeah.
like they explain really, really well what is the culture about and like that kind of like those few days
Yeah.
about the Day of the Dead.
Okay.
They give a really good explanation about everything. So if you have time on the way back,
Yeah, for
just
sure.
watch that movie. I don't know who's driving.
I actually just watched an interview the other day with a gentleman that's Mexican, and it's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, how are you so comfortable with death but also being so happy? And he
Yeah.
accredited to his nationality and saying like, I'm Mexican, you know, like.
Yeah. He's such a great director.
We love our death and explain it and embrace it so much
Yeah.
that we're happy to be,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I just thought that was very very beautiful and poetic. That like that's how I see it as well. You know, like this is not meant to be scary or anything. It's meant to just again, it's something personal that I took inside of me and wanted to give back. And now
Yeah.
it's also helping rebrand
Yeah,
who I am.
exactly.
And you know, it also aesthetically looks cool and it's different for when
It's
people.
different,
you
yeah,
know,
exactly.
people are booking me like.
And
Yeah.
honoring the dead, it's always something I don't know. I find it cool in
Yeah,
a way.
same.
Last year we did an event for Day of the Dead, and it was a whole theme party. So everyone had to come with costumes
Okay.
and like we put pictures of people that passed away. And I don't know. It was kind of different for everyone just coming into the venue and seeing like why do we have flowers in front of these dead people
Yeah.
and like all the traditional Mexican food and blah 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 and I
Nice.
don't know, it was like in a good way a cultural shock from a lot of people here in Canada, right?
But you know, sometimes that might be what you need.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. I appreciate that.
Um, what else? So a little bit about tonight. So
Yeah.
what can we expect from you?
For me, you know what? To be honest, like I've already said on the drive up here, and always tell people, I try not to plan.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, like, and that's another thing why I don't like playing festivals as much, because there's I can't bring everything that I own to a festival. I'm usually like constricted to a USB that I have to
Yeah.
show up and play with the CDJ.
Yeah.
Well, tonight, I have my own gear and I have my hard drives and I have my laptop. So I have everything either that I've made or like calculated and put into folders and like been collecting. So I have that at my fingertips. So yeah, I have the few things that I plan, but when I'm on stage, sometimes I'll see glints in people's eyes or see movements and feel energy where I'm just like, oh, I'm going to do this now instead.
Yeah.
Or I have this, and it's just something that I've always been in love with, or just I like to feel the room instead of trying to like plan the room, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. When you said you bring all your tools, it's literally.
So I'm a big, I know the industry standard is the CDJs.
Yeah.
Well, I use the DDJ FLX10
Okay.
because I like to use stems because
Okay.
they're integrated. And again, that's something that I can take 1, 2, 3 songs and turn them into another 4th song at the
Yeah.
same time, or cut vocals out of this one, or loop this thing. It's become such a creative process at the same time that I love that. I love having that ability to just. Well, you want to see something cool? Have you ever heard, like, I don't know, I do some corporate parties sometimes, and so having things like the Proclaimers 500 Miles and, like, Soldier Boy, you know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
things shouldn't work.
But you make them work.
Something like, that's just to give you an idea, or just silly stuff. One of my favorite things to do when people come to my studio is give me 2 songs, but I need you to both be 2 songs that you don't think will work together. And like, what do you mean? Well, okay, this and that, and just watching their face go, huh, okay. So I love doing that.
By the way, who made the song or the intro for the flyer when you guys came here to promote your
First of
flyer?
all, I don't play that type of music, so don't associate me. Don't be associating me with that. That would be the handsome and talented Dustin Funkman. I do believe he.
I found that
Did
great.
you sing that yourself?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Okay, we'll get into that later.
Yes,
in a bit.
Yeah, when it's his turn, you guys can talk about that. No, that was him. Like the artwork and stuff, again, that's my brand, but his silliness with the AI in the song, which is actually not the first song someone wrote about me using AI, so
What's that?
Oh, I was just saying, I have another song. I'll show you that
Oh,
someone had recently wrote about my drum and bass history and past. That's beautiful. That they used AI to
Yeah.
sing the lyrics because they couldn't find someone to actually sing the lyrics, which I thought was very, very cute. So thank you, Devin. You know who you are.
Do you have anything else coming up? Music, gigs, anything?
Other than this, so like, yeah, DJing has been the thing, but again, like, production is my number one thing, and I actually
Yeah.
just finished doing a score for my first cinematic or thing in what was I don't know. I did a score for a pilot TV show that's been in the film festival circuit right now.
Okay.
We just picked up a best international film in a film fest in the U.S., which is funny because I guess Canada is international.
Yeah.
And we just got another award last night in Cape Breton. I haven't read the email that the director sent me yet, but that's something that I'm very passionate about. So if that gets picked up, I'll be working a lot with them. It's called Horror Inc., and essentially it is think of The Office, but it's killers.
Kind of
Essentially.
like Dexter? No.
No, it's more on a comical side. So
Yeah.
it's more of a like killers and psychopaths working in an office, and like you can actually look it up. It's Horror Inc. And I do believe
okay.
the pilot is on YouTube somewhere. And if not, when you post this, I can give you the links.
Yes,
It
100%.
essentially the first pilot is a girl getting chased through the woods by a chainsaw massacre kind of dude.
Okay.
And then when he stops her finally, he brings out a checklist to ask her how he's doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And before that, he meets up with protesters in the woods protesting murder. You know, so
Okay.
it's very clever. It's very cute. It's one of the proudest moments of my life right now with music because
Yeah.
that's something that I've always wanted to be into, and now that I have the opportunity, it's turned out beyond my expectations. So.
That's great.
Other than that, producing, I've never stopped. I mean, again, once you do post this, I'll give you all my links and
Yeah,
socials. Like, if you go on my
You can see
SoundCloud-
your socials right now too.
I mean,
right?
it's just SoundCloud / Matt Trouble. I mean, I'm on the other streaming sites, but I mean, we don't want to give our money to that the S one that we talked about.
Yeah.
We're done with that one. But yeah, SoundCloud is basically the my life. If you look at it, you can see everything that I've started with. I think the first release on there is like from 2011 or 2010 all the way up till now. I just broke 101. The latest track that I just put up is 101 songs. And it's 101 songs that I've made over the last 20-something years, you know what I mean?
That's huge.
And like, I've got thousands of songs, but out of those 100 are things that either like have meant something to me or
Yeah.
things that are going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Where can you repeat where can they find your music?
So, SoundCloud.com/MATTROUBLE.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming
My
for
man,
this
thank you very
interview, and
much.
I wish I could stay for your show, guys.
You'll
But
be there in spirit. I know you will.
I
We
will
wish
be.
we could come see you, you know?
anyway, thanks, bro.
Yeah, right on.